Hi everybody, my name is Braxton Barlow, and I'll just hop right into it. As you see, I got a football here, so I just kind of want to talk about a little question I had about football. I've been watching football my entire life. I've played football video games like Madden and NCAA since I was a little kid. I've been playing football for probably since I was about 7. And a little bit of a question kind of popped into my head when I was about 14. And I love to watch the NFL. I'll continue to love watching the NFL probably till I'm old and gray. But one thing kind of hit me, and that's is the NFL fixed? And if not maybe entirely fixed, what bias is there, and kind of what roles the referees play into that is kind of my question. And here's kind of what started the debate for me. So in the 2012-2013 season, the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks were playing a really, really tight game up until the final play. In this final play, rookie quarterback Russell Wilson heaved a Hail Mary into the end zone. In the end zone, the pass was intended for receiver Golden Tate. However, when the ball got to the end zone, Golden Tate and Green Bay's defender, MD Jennings, both touched the ball. For everyone watching the game, it was an interception, and that was game over, Packers ball game. However, one line judge actually called it differently. He called it that it was actually Golden Tate's possession, and so it was a Seattle touchdown. However, the other judge called it an interception, but somehow the call ended up being that it was a Seattle touchdown, even though everybody knew it was an interception. It should have been game, and so that kind of got me thinking. The NFL actually went back and ruled that the pass was an interception, and before that even happened, that there was an offensive pass interference call that should have been made, but it wasn't. And so there's two things right there that should have been Packers ball game, really. And so that just got me thinking, so why weren't either of those calls made? What's happening here? And that's kind of where the thought of fixation kind of started happening, with me. I just why? And as I've gotten older, I've realized the NFL is one of the biggest businesses, marketplaces, influence, etc. in the United States, and in the world even. There's a lot of politics and lots and lots of money that go into the NFL, more than probably anyone could imagine. And so for the example, the Packers and Seahawks game, there was $150 million sway in bets, just in bets from that game, lost due to the underdog Seattle winning that game. And that's a lot of money that, made a lot of people very unhappy and also a lot of people very happy. Which to me, I try and believe that there's integrity in the game I love, growing up and watching it, but when there's that much on the line, I can't help but feeling like there's things that I just can't overlook. Like I said, the NFL is one of the biggest businesses and has ties and little things in all parts of the world. Now, my second example actually happened last year during the NFC Championship game where the Rams and the Saints were playing. Now, the ball game was coming towards an end. Drew Brees was back to pass. 3rd and 10 being the task ahead of him. Drew Brees launched the pass towards Saints receiver Tommy Lee Lewis. Lewis was demolished by Rams defender Rodney Coleman well before the ball even, probably at least 5 to 7 yards before the ball was even reachable. And I was going for the Rams. Even me, I knew that was pass interference. Drew Brees is getting another shot, go down and score, win the game. But the 7 people in the world that thought it wasn't a pass interference were the referees. Now, that's, I might sound like a conspiracy theorist or something, but that sounds a little iffy to me. And those are only 2 examples. There's probably hundreds of more that, either are just terrible calls, which to me I can't believe, because these refs, they actually go through such a training process, and they have to, referee so many high school games, get certified, so many junior college games get certified, so many college games get certified, and then get to the NFL, and then they start at one position. Like, it's not an easy process to become an NFL referee. They know what they're looking for. So to me, it's just too much of a coincidence to try and call it a bad call. For me, as much as I hate to say it, it almost seems like there's a little bit of bias, or somebody's pulling a couple strings to maybe sway a game a certain way. Like I said, the NFL is a big marketplace and has lots of pull in a lot of different things. And so that ends up, being a lot of, tangible objects that could, make the game maybe not as honest and true as I would hope it to be. Like I said, I wish I could say that, the NFL wasn't like WWE, and, sorry to all the wrestling fans out there, but it just kind of seems a little fixed to me. And with all those examples, it just seems like there's almost a little bit of predetermined planning there. But maybe what's your thoughts? Thank you for listening to me.